Good morning, Niner fans. It is a Sunday. No 49er football, but there are 49er reports and NFL reports. So, definitely, before we get into anything, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can keep yourself up to date on anything NFL and San Francisco 49ers. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get right into it, give it to you straight, no chaser. We have all been worried, unfortunately, about this whole coronavirus thing, all that stuff stopping the NFL season. The beauty of everything right now is this is just off season. So we can continue with free agency. We can continue doing all the things. NFL has stopped and halted all, free agency visits, all visits to potential college players and pro days and things of that nature. So it's all resulted in videos being posted of the pro days and the guys doing what they can to continue to make sure that their draft stock rises. Now, with that being said, good news. Over 80,000 people that had the coronavirus in China have been cured, have been released from the hospital, and things are moving in the right direction. I also hear that Canada has a cure for this, virus. So everyone needs to stop panicking. The beauty of this is we won't miss any football. I believe that all major sports in the U.S. will start to resume very shortly here. I think the only thing that's being missed probably is spring training when it comes to MLB baseball. I did see a couple of things. I mean, even the WWE is performing without fans. So what I would like to see is everybody come off of this panic and stop tripping and going crazy. We've had more people die from the flu than we've had die from this damn virus. People are buying up all the water, toilet paper, all kinds of things. It sent the world into a panic and a frenzy that just doesn't need to. Everybody needs to calm down, relax. They got this shit under control, and just make sure you got to think about it, people. Some of the simplest things I'll open with, and I'm going to get right into this news, is breaking news, is the fact that you just need to be a clean person. Wash your hands, clean your home. Make sure you're not around people that are sick. These are all basic things to be able to keep yourself healthy that you should be doing anyway. So it shouldn't send you into a panic and a frenzy where you buy everything, every bit of water and toilet paper that you can think of because you think that somebody's going to possibly go ahead and lock down something or anything stupid like that. Moving on rapidly. Reason I'm bringing this video today, the CBA has been approved. You heard it here first. CBA has been approved. The NFL players, the CBA was approved by a majority vote. So I'm going to give y'all just a couple of quick hitters on some of the things that the CBA entails as far as the new one. So it gives you 2 more teams in the playoffs by at least by 2020. One team from each conference will have a bye week. So there's not 2 teams to get a bye week, just one. So if you're going to see people who really want that rest, they're going to be fighting for that number 1 spot. You can increase the regular season games to 17 games by 2021. So the thing is what people have to realize is the current CBA that is in place will stay in place. You don't need to worry about any changes or anything like that. We're going to be perfectly fine as far as that goes. So for this year, this current CBA, the rules still apply. Next thing, the minimum salary for NFL players will be increased by at least 12% this year, and the it'll be more performance-based revenues. So basically, if you go out there and you ball out, you get more money. I.e., look at what happened with Dre Greenlaw and look at what happened with E-Man Mosley. E-Man Mosley made $500,000 just on going out there and balling out. Dre Greenlaw made I think almost $400K on going out there and balling out. So that's a beautiful thing when you have people that go out there and do their job, work hard, and they're rewarded for it because it makes you want to work harder because you already know if you got performance-based incentives, why not hit them joints? So the player revenue goes from 47% to 48%. So it's almost half and half. And this happens in 2021, and it can go to 48.5 with the media kicker. So what this new CBA allows the NFL owners to do is go and get those media contracts from Fox and CBS and Fox Sports and ESPN and all of these places that go ahead and put our games together. They're the ones that can say, okay, hey, this is the stuff that we have that we need to know as far as this is the money we're going to make from this, and then the players get a piece of that pie too. So everybody is winning to an extent here. I know a lot of the players, the vets, didn't want to go to the 17 game schedule, but I believe it should work like Stephen A said, period, point blank. Don't play 17 games, just play 16. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to take a game off. I know in the NFL, it's like you don't want to be sitting on the sidelines, but at the point where there's a premium on players, and if you know that your position is thin, then you can take a game off and still have a good job and still be set and know that nobody's going to come in and outdo you. Like it's not going to take one game for a guy to be like, oh, okay, let's bench this dude in favor of this guy. Now, if you've been shitty all season and you do that and somebody comes in and outshines you, then yeah, that can happen. Look at what happened with Akello and look at what happened with E-Man. Akello was balling in the beginning of the season. Right after he got hurt, he went to shit. And what they do, they said, we ain't got time for this shit. We're going to put in E-Man. And they kept giving him chances here and there, but they saw that E-Man had the mental wherewithal to be able to withstand the pressures of the NFL. So that's why they put him in. That's why he started in the Super Bowl, and then Akello was relegated to special teams. Moving on rapidly, the league minimum, like I said, it'll increase by 12%, an estimated $100 million to players this season. So y'all know that the average span of the NFL player's life in the NFL is probably, I want to say, about 3 to 4 years at a max. So you really don't have a lot of time to make money, and you got to do what you can. And that, in that small amount of time, you can wind up just hanging out on the practice squad, shit like that. So it's different. The roster will be increased from 53 to 55 players. Padded practices go down from 28 to 16. The time frame of practice goes down from 3 hours to 2.5 hours. So basically what they're saying is, we give you, if we're asking you to do more, we're going to take a little bit more off of the load. Now, does this always bode well with players? Not necessarily, because the players don't want to play an extra game because it's very hard on your body. This is technically speaking a barbaric sport, because the only thing you have protecting you are pads and a helmet, pretty much. And you're out there trying to take the other dude out. You got to tackle properly, all this stuff. So that's an understandable thing. Now, this does help the players that have retired. So they'll get a boost in their pension, and this will help with their medical stuff and everything like that, man. Because after you retire from the NFL, it's not like there's a benefit package that's like ridiculously great, like you have benefits for the rest of your life. A lot of these players that retired from the NFL a long time ago, before these new CBAs and things of that nature, are in bad medical condition, man. It's like Calvin Johnson, one of the greatest wide receivers we ever seen, retired early. He said he got a routine just to get his ass out of bed. Jim McMahon, the Bears' only Super Bowl champion. What does he do? He's blind. This dude took so many hits, he's blind, unfortunately, people. There's a lot of players that have been injured from this game, and it's kind of hard, man, because you're like, damn, they ain't even really getting taken care of. And they gave their body and all their time, time away from their family, everything like that, to be able to just, go out there and entertain us. So that's a good thing for them. Reduce penalties for players from THC. There's an abbreviated testing window. Looks like the nanogram limit goes from 35 to 150. So I think what the NFL is trying to say basically is, look, we're going to stop tripping so hard on y'all about smoking some fucking weed. But, just don't overdo it. I think that's exactly how this works. So I'm just letting y'all know right here. You heard it first on my channel. I had to go ahead and jump. I was already up this morning, man. I usually wake up bright and early. It's about 7:30 where I'm at. But the new CBA has been approved. And if you need more information on that, I'll be bringing you more as I see more things going on. But as of right now, y'all heard it on my channel first. CBA has been approved. So in 2021, you can expect to see 17 games. You most likely will see a reducement from the preseason, probably going from 4 games down to 2, which will probably mean that you are only going to see rookies and guys trying to make the squad. You're not going to see any of our starters. And I don't mind that, because that's usually what the preseason is for. Anyway, you're trying to gauge who's really going to make the squad, because you have 2 extra spots, but at the same time, you still want to make sure that you keep those guys. So for the 49ers in general, those 2 extra spots can go to guys like DeMontre Moore, Ronald Blair, possibly an Anthony Zettel, depth that we need on the defensive line, things of that nature. So you have, 2 more spots to be able to play with, 2 more guys that could possibly dress, and, things will be going from there. But once again, main point of this video, the new CBA has been approved. Jump over to ESPN.com and or NFL.com for any types of questions or concerns you may have on what the CBA may entail. I will keep you guys up to date, but the things that I hit on are just some of the main points. The big thing that the players did not want is that 17-game schedule, but you have to remember there are a ton of players out there in this league that have already made millions and millions of dollars. And if you notice, those were the ones griping and complaining about the extra game. The issue is you got a ton of players in the league that haven't made that kind of money, that still want to make that kind of money, that would love to be able to get a piece of that pie. So what did they do? They said, hey man, we got to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? And they voted yes on it because they looked at everything from as a whole and said, hey, I don't get paid, 17, 18, 19, 20 million dollars a year. I'm not a quarterback. I don't get 33, 34, 35 million dollars a year. You know what I'm saying? I'm barely breaking the million mark. I'm over here in the hundreds of thousands. And though that's still a great salary, I still got to feed my family. And if my NFL career doesn't last very long, which typically, like I said earlier in the video, 3 to 4 years, then I got to figure out the best way to be able to feed my family and be smart about it. See, the NFL today has player symposiums. They have rookie symposiums. They are basically telling you how to handle your money, because back in the day, they didn't have anyone telling them how to handle their money. They didn't have people showing them, the stock market and ways to flip your money, telling them about residual income and making sure that it's a situation where you don't wind up broke within, just a few years of being retired from the NFL. Understanding how to own a business. All these things are there. The players have outlets now. So any player that goes broke, probably I would say beyond the 2010 season, something wrong. You didn't pay attention, but the tools are there for them to succeed after. Like, they even encourage players to go back and get their degrees for what they actually went to college for. There's too many avenues for people to be able to make money and to be smart with their money. And if you make that big money in the league, you should be able to learn how to flip it and make it make money for you, so you don't even have to work after you've done with the NFL. You can go chase your passions that's outside of that. So they give you the opportunity, they give you the avenues, and all this information is there. It's readily available. You got too many things out there on the internet for people to be able to do as far as learning things. I mean, hell, you got Robinhood, you got E-Trade, all these things that show you how to invest in the stock market. They give you a walkthrough, and no, you don't learn it overnight, but if you learn it over time while you're in the NFL, you keep your mind fixated on understanding how to turn your money into residual income. It will be better for you because it'll be smarter. And there are some players that didn't play very long, but they got that one big contract. They ain't struggling because why? They did the smart thing with their bread. So I can understand the players from that standpoint, not wanting to play that extra game. But then you got to look at the young guys out there trying to get their, earn their money and earn their keep. And those are the guys that basically said, hey, we need this. And there are probably some veteran players out there that said, yeah, cool, we got it. We're going to go ahead and improve it. Either way, the CBA has been approved. We have no worries about NFL football for the next 10 seasons, people. We are good. The next thing we have to do is just make sure that the CDC and all these people get this coronavirus under control so we can continue with the off-season programs. We can continue with training camp. And by the time football gets here, baby, we will be all good. Football can start. We won't have any hiccups, and everything will be lovely. And the 49ers will be going back to the Super Bowl, baby. So y'all heard it first on my channel. CBA has been approved. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay 49er faithful. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day.